Hello everyone, I'm Physical Nova, and today I am going to showcase my mod NovaBlocks for 1.12.2. It's a small mod that adds some features I felt were missing from the base game. If you enjoy this mod, feel free to share it with your friends. Let's get started, shall we? To begin with, let's take a glance at the objects. So, as you can see, NovaBlocks adds some coffees to the game, and well, these are choruses. So this is because they are crafted with chorus fruits. And to get your hands on a cold chorus, you first have to craft a cup, which is made with 7 quartz slabs, like so, in the shape of a cauldron, and you get 1 cup. These are stackable up to 64. And with this cup, you can craft a cold chorus by mixing a cup with 2 chorus fruits. So this cold chorus will teleport you around just like chorus fruit would if you drink it. So, just like so. I was there and I got teleported. So this isn't really useful per se. However, if you put it in the furnace, you get a hot chorus. And this gets interesting. When you drink the hot chorus, you'll get 3 minutes of haste. So this can be really useful if you are strip mining, for example. Let me get rid of that. There. So then you have the sugar chorus, chorus latte, and strong chorus. These 3 are really similar because they are crafted with a sugar for the sugar chorus, like so, a milk bucket for the chorus latte, and finally a for the strong chorus you'll need a blaze powder, so each time it's mixed with a hot chorus. So the sugar chorus will give you I forgot my milk. Yeah. So the sugar chorus will give you speed for 30 minutes. Then the latte will give you regeneration for 3 minutes. And finally, the strong chorus will give you some strength for 3 minutes as well as 5 seconds of nausea. It's because the coffee is really bitter. So let's move on with the cosmetic items. So first there are the cups, which are crafted with 5 wools, like so. And so here you would take white wool to make a white cup, red wool for a red cup, etc. These caps don't actually protect you or anything, it's just for show. So here is what it looks like on the player. So I forgot to get rid of this strength effect. There we go. Yeah, and so the cap doesn't serve any purpose other than just looking cool, I guess. And so in a very similar manner, you have the sunglasses. These are crafted with some black stained glass paints and iron ingots, and so you can wear them on your head and they look like this. So notice that they are slightly transparent, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. And there is also a phone, so again this doesn't serve any real purpose, but you can turn it on by right-clicking it when you have it in your hand. You can switch the screen, so like if you were making a phone call, and finally you can turn it off. So this one is a bit tricky to craft, so you take some redstone bits and bobs and mash them in a crafting table and you get yourself a phone. Now let's move on with some other more technical stuff. So we'll get on with the technical stuff in just a bit. But before that, let's look at some blocks added by NovaBlocks. So, first we have the red metal block. So this is crafted with 8 iron ingots and a rose red, and it gives you 16 red metal blocks. So this was a block made with easy building in mind, so it's really cheap and it gives you lots and lots of this block. Of course, you have the stairs crafted like so, and you also have the slab. Well, really classic stuff. Then we have the rusty metal block. So it's crafted from 8 red metal block and a water bucket, and this gives you 8 rusty metal blocks. You also have the stairs and slab variants. Finally, we also have the hazard block, which is crafted with 1 iron ingot, 2 black concretes and 2 yellow concrete, and this gives you 8 hazard blocks. This actually is really blast resistant, so this can be really useful if you're in a factory where there are some explosions. This isn't explosion proof 100%, but well, it's more durable than, let's say, wood or bricks. And so you could also see a tool which is named the wrench hammer. This one is crafted with 4 iron ingots and a red terracotta, and this will get really useful with the technical stuff. So we have 2 categories. We have the structures and the beams. So well, first let's begin with the crafting recipes. To craft the structure, you take 6 woods, so the logs, and 36, and this gives you 8 structures. So these exist in the different variants with all wood kinds, well, for vanilla at least. And in a very similar fashion, we have the beams. So you take 6 iron ingots and some iron bars, and you get 4 iron beams. This is a bit more mod compatible, because we also have copper beams, steel beams and aluminum beams, but I don't have the mod installed, but the crafting recipe is very similar to the iron beam. We also have the hazard beam, crafted like so, with only 2 blocks, 1 iron bars, and it gives you 4 hazard beams. And similarly, you get a red metal beam and the rusty metal beam, which doesn't have a recipe right now. This is a bug. I will fix that just in a bit. So, well, the way these function is the same. So the structures function in a very similar manner as the beams do. So first you can put them in your world like so. You can also make them horizontal, so just like you can see with the ceiling structure, so in all the directions. And where the wrench hammer becomes useful is when you right click a side with this tool. And this actually opens one side, so you can get into the structure. And the really useful stuff here is that it acts like a ladder, so you can be protected from skeletons and other mobs, because they won't see you when you're inside the structure. And then you can get on another level, so you enter in one side and you get off in another side. This can be used as a ladder, so really useful stuff. And so let's get on with the siren. So the siren is crafted with a node block, 3 iron ingots and an iron pole, which is crafted with 2 iron ingots, 4 nuggets and 3 redstone bits. So this one is well used to signal that there is a danger incoming. So to use it, you have to have a block. Then you take an iron pole and put a siren head on top. The siren will only be useful when you have a pole underneath it. And then you can power it with a redstone signal. So here I've used a modern lever, which is added by NovaBlocks, crafted with a lever and a light grey concrete. So the siren head actually has 3 different signals. So you have the first one, then the second one, which is 15 seconds long, the third one, which is 2 seconds long, and the first one is 12.5 seconds long. So let's hear these different alarms. So you right click it to get to the next signal. And finally we have a really short one. There you go. So again, this can be useful to alert your friends that there is an incoming danger. And you may have seen that I had another block in my inventory. So this one is the platform, crafted with 3 red metal slabs. And well, truly this one was an experiment. So it can make you crash under certain circumstances. So for example, I think if you hold a wrench hammer and you get close to it, it may crash your game, so don't do that. However, I can't fix it because I lost the modding files, unfortunately. But let's get on with the platform. So the platform was inspired by the game Terraria. So what it does is that you can get through it by jumping under it. So when you fly under it, it goes well, it works too when you fly under it. However, it has a solid surface, and when you hold shift you get through the platform. Right here I sneaked and I got through it. However, I do believe that if you hold a platform, you won't get through it. So this is just so that you can build it easier when you're in survival. But as soon as I get rid of this platform, I get through it. So really useful stuff if you want to make industrial kind of feel to, well, a city or something. Let's move on. And finally we have the barriers, so the guardrail, the roof walling and railing. So the difference between these two is that the roof railing acts like a fence, whereas the roof walling will act like a wall. And finally the guardrail will look really simple. So how do we craft these 3? So the roof railing is crafted either by converting a roof walling or by crafting it with 8 iron bars and white concrete. And so this will give you 8 roof railings. Then you can craft the walling by converting it, so back and forth. And finally you have the guardrail, which is simpler. Simply use 5 iron bars in the shape of helmet and you will get 8 guardrails. So these all work like fences, so you can't jump over them, and these look a bit more modern than what you will find in the base game. And so, as you could see, there is also a door, a modern full door. So this was taken from the mod of MrCrayfish, and in his version, well, in his mod, the door has a big glass panel. So I just took it and made it with a full concrete panel. So in certain circumstances it looks better, and so it acts it behaves exactly like it does in his mod. So all the props to him for this door. I just retextured it. Right, so now let's move on to some other stuff there is in the mod. So next up is the spacesuit. So this is a bit techy too, so I decided to showcase it right after the structures and the beams. So this is a full armor set that doesn't have any durability, which make it useful, but protects as much as an iron armor. So to craft the helmet you will need 6 blocks of quartz, 2 iron ingots and a black stained glass pane. You will get 1 helmet. To craft the spacesuit you will need 7 light grey wool with a button in the center. To craft the pants you will need 5 light grey wools with 2 leather bits. And finally, to make the boots you will need 2 iron ingots and 2 leather bits. So this armor set has a configuration. So, well, as it is, it doesn't do anything special. However, if you go into mod options, search for NovaBlocks and go into the configuration, so you can also go in the configuration file in the game files, but this works too. So you go into armor and there you can see that there is a gravity effect. So when you enable this you will get the same gravity as if you were on Mars, so it gives you Gem Boost 3. Right. So this was made in mind with this was made with roleplay in mind. So if you were with some friends but don't have Galacticraft installed, you can still wear this armor set and move like if you were on the moon. Well, no, Mars. The moon actually has an even lower gravity. And so to disable it, you go into mod options, NovaBlocks again, and disable it. Right. So now Gem Boost 3 should be going away, and it isn't for some reasons. So config, yeah, don't know why it didn't apply fully. So right now it should be going away soon. However, this isn't the only use of this armor, and we'll see that in just a bit. So here I am next to a swimming pool, and I have the full armor set on, and I will just get on survival to show the utility of this armor set. So when you wear it completely and you get into the water, you will get 2 minutes of water breathing. This is because this armor set has some air in it. So yeah, just like with the spacesuit tests in real life, this will give you some waterproofing. And so when you get out of the water, the effect will still stay. However, when you get back into the water, it will refresh to 2 minutes. Alright, so this was everything you need to know about the spacesuit. Before I forget, I would like to point out that NovaBlocks also adds some references to vanilla blocks in creative tabs. So, for example, in the building blocks tab, NovaBlocks adds the barrier blocks that you used to only get access to through commands. And speaking of commands, in the redstone tab, NovaBlocks added the command block. So this makes it just a tad easier to access these blocks. So finally, let's look at the shapes added by NovaBlocks. So NovaBlocks adds the slab and stairs variant of many blocks in the game, just like you can see, as well as 2 new shapes, the slope and half slope. So these 2 are quite common, so you take 3 blocks to make 6 slabs and 6 blocks to make 4 stairs. So this goes for about any stairs and, well, slabs of course. And then to craft a slope, you take 3 stairs, 3 blocks, and you get 8 slopes. Finally, if you take 3 slopes, you get a half slope, well, 6 of them. So, well, nothing really special for the stairs and the slopes, well, the slabs, sorry. So, really classic stuff. The slope behaves just like a stair, so there you go. It also goes in upside down, so like this, right? And the most interesting one is the half slope. So this one is kind of a mix between the slopes, the stairs, and a slab. So as you can see, this one is well, the bottom slab. This one would be a double slab, and where it looks like a stairs, well, some stairs, is because it can change form. So like so. And this also goes for the double one, the double variant. So when you mix everything, you can get some interesting results. So just like some stairs, they can be rotated in the other way. So let's see how it can be used in an example. So for example, with a quartz pillar, you could get some of these, so right, like so. And so this is, well, just looking a bit nicer than just some slabs or stairs. You could also use the, you know, the half slopes. Keep mixing up slopes and slabs, and so yeah, you can get interesting results. So this part of the mod was really made with the intent of making building a bit more interesting in some scenarios. Well, that's about it for the slopes and the half slopes. So some interesting yet a bit techy stuff, and that should be about everything about NovaBlocks. Well then, you got to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed the mod, please share it with your friends. It's really fun to play around with. But anyway, it's been Physical Nova, and I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye!